Om Shanti. Welcome all of you, and especially welcome to Sister Dipti. We are very happy you are here with us for this program. But first of all, I would like to ask you to come very close, that we can really be a group together. Yes, that gives a more cozy atmosphere, more subtle atmosphere together, because we are in a big hall now. So that will really help. Let me, in the meantime... yes, if you need help for your translation, the translator can go into the booth now. Otherwise you don't have translation. Yes, it's okay. Spanish is okay. Tamil, do you have translation? Maybe they can, one of the Tamil ones, go into the booth. Someone who knows English and Tamil. Okay, let me introduce you in the meantime, our sister Dipti. Some years ago, it was in Gofi time, suddenly we had an online retreat. Maybe you were there also. It was a world retreat, and there suddenly Sister Dipti, for me suddenly, Sister Dipti was the moderator. And I thought, wow, she is really a jewel of Baba, a kind of hidden jewel. I had never seen her before, but so full of love. And when you see her, it's like a bit like Daddy, isn't it? Do you also see a little Daddy in her? I see it. And Sister Dipti, she is based in Johannesburg in South Africa. And she came to Baba in 1986, so that's about 38 years. It's quite a long time. And she has also done a lot in coordinating International Youth Forum. Yeah. And she has a lot of experience in reflective writing. Reflective, how do you call it? Reflective... Journaling. Yes. And she loves it because it brings the subtlety in herself and in the understanding. So that's why she wanted to share with us. And we have for everyone, we will share it in some minutes, for everyone a little booklet for this. It's a program that's shared for 2 days. 2 days, 1 hour, as I have understood. So today is the start of it. I think it's enough for now. Yes? So come as close as is possible. And then I give it over to our Didi Dipti.
Om Shanti. So the aim of this afternoon okay. So many of us may have had different experiences of writing and journaling and going deep inside. But today I want to share an inspiration that I've had over many years. And this inspiration has come from Mama and from Daddy Janki. And I really felt that they have taught me how to write. Because one can do a lot of writing, But if you don't do it powerfully, the mind just is busy. But the writing has to bring you into silence. And the writing has to bring you into essence. And the writing has to bring you into subtlety. And so the aim of the 2 days, where we're going to do some reflective journaling, is really in that process of using the tool of writing and journaling to become silent and become reflective and to stay in the essence of what matters most. So it's very interesting how sometimes people, when they start journaling, they start a process and they're working through a process. And I remember once saying to Dadi, so this is what I'm doing. And she said, yes, understand it, but always start off from your highest entry point. At this time, what happens, we may start writing or going into the depth of something, but we're starting from down, going up. And there's no time for that at the confluence age. We're working through so much stuff in between. But when I start from the highest entry point, then I'm able to work through the things I have to at a level that is deep and powerful and yogi. And so you have received a collection, a book here, Living with Limitless Love. And it's a process for journaling that we're going to look at. I won't be able to have the time to go through the whole thing. We have limited time. But I'm going to take up 2 aspects today. I'll take up 2 aspects today which will take us into that depth, okay? And, you know, there's no right and wrong. I found that we all are so individual and we have our own style of doing things. But when it works for us in a certain way, then let it grow for you. I'll just give you a sample before I start with that, of just what has helped me on a daily basis. So Baba had often said to keep a chart and to go into the depth of different things. So I do 2 things. And in the morning, after Murli, I have a conversation with God. And I take a point from the Murli and I say to Baba, talk to me. Let's go through this together. And the sisters that I live with and the people who know me, they're very happy to give me 2 color pens every time as a birthday present because they know that I love writing. But usually just, you are sitting far away so you won't be able to read, which is perfect. But it's just about using, this is just for the last few days whilst I've been here. So the blue is my writing to Baba, and the red is Baba guiding the soul from a highest point of entry. And it's simple, but it makes it digestive. And I think that I call that kind of journaling conversations with God. And every day I take something from Baba's Murli and I deepen the conversation with God through it. And I find that that helps me to hold the Murli much more deeper and to personalize it. In 1986, in December, 1987, in December, Baba gave a beautiful Murli about churning. And he talked about the different stages of churning. And that is what had inspired me during that period of time. That I need to go into that aspect of journaling or churning in such a way that ultimately brings me into an experience. And I think this is the important aspect of our Brahman journey. That whatever we go into the depth of must ultimately turn into an experience. Because Baba has always highlighted that experience is the highest authority. And so there's so many powerful tools out there that we can use to journal, and they do help us unpack. But if I think about Mama as my example, that after the Murli, Mama used to go into the depth of the Murli and take out that essence. And that's what made Mama Mama, made Mama Saraswati. Yeah? And so just how much do I use the Murli as a reflective tool, highest point of entry? Even if I take 2 or 3 points from today's Murli and have a conversation with God. And I find when you put it down on paper, it just helps you concentrate and helps you to keep it longer. You know? Just like today Baba was saying that it's like when somebody's angry, it's like they're barking. You know? and just that whole experience of how at this time the soul's energy gets lost in that process. And so that first part of reflective journaling for me is those conversations with God. And using the Murli as that space through which I deepen that. And then at the end of the day, part of the reflective journaling is then to talk to Baba. And I found if you don't deepen your realizations, then those realizations don't remain a gift. Once Nivrebai said, many years ago, which was my gift, he said, you can have a realization, but of the realization, then make a plan. Your realization is only as good enough as you make a plan about it, what you're going to do next. And so, really to take whatever the day offered in a very deep way and to digest it. And really at the end of the day to reflect on the insights that you gained for the day. Like just yesterday, or day before yesterday, when we had such a powerful dose. We had Brij Mohan Bhai, and that dialogue the interview was so deep. And it's not good enough just to hear it and say it was nice. It was deep. And really to go into it over and over and get the insights out of it and reflect on it. And whatever touched you, like one of the aspects that touched me deeply was about how Baba used his wisdom and the where that energy was used and where it was not used. And so to go into the depth of it, and when you journal, it's like really
utilizar su
allowing
energía.
yourself to
Es como permitir al ser
conserve your energy
que conserve
and
su
bring that
energía
energy into precision
y llevar esa energía a
so
la
that the
precisión.
highest can come out.
Así que para que así lo más
I
elevado,
remember once somebody
de más
said,
calidad,
"What
pueda
you write
emerger.
about so much? You're just
Entonces,
always right.
claro,
What
me
do you
dicen,
want
¿por
to
qué,
tell? Who
por
do you want
qué,
to talk to?"
por qué escribes demasiado? ¿Qué quieres decir? ¿A quién se lo quieres decir? ¿A quién hablas?
Because until you don't digest
Pero es que
something,
hasta que
it
no
won't become
digieras,
and sometimes
hasta que no lo digieras no se convierte en tu sangre.
don't digest
Entonces, mi sensación es que
Because we
no
don't
digerimos lo
digest.
suficiente.
the soul then afterwards feels stale.
El alma
And it's very
al poco
dangerous to
tiempo
be stale.
se siente débil, palidece.
Stale means like old.
Ah,
You know,
dice
something
Estel.
when like food that gets old, then it's unhealthy.
Sí, bueno, se
So when your
vuelve
thoughts are, you know, if somebody said,
vieja,
so what you've been thinking
como la
about,
comida que no está en buen
instead of thinking
estado.
what I was thinking about last week, what happened in the last 2 hours?
Bueno, es como la semana
How
pasada que...
fresh is my energy that it is activated?
Bueno,
Yeah?
¿cuán fresca es mi
And so
energía
I
la que
just
está
first wanted
activada?
to give us a little bit of a background
Por
and
eso
to share with you
quiero daros
why
un
it
poco
motivates me to
de
do
contexto
this
y qué es lo que me motiva a mí para hacer esta escritura.
It's something that I have found
Y
really
porque es algo
helpful
que he encontrado
for
que es
my own
muy
subtlety.
útil
Many years ago,
para
I
ir
had a
a
wonderful
la
silence
sutileza.
retreat.
Hace ya unos años fue un retiro maravilloso de silencio
Many things
que me hizo
for the
limpiar
soul,
muchas
many
cosas
things.
al alma.
But I only used Baba's Murli.
Pero solo utilicé la murli de Baba.
I never used any
Eso es todo.
music or anything.
No utilicé ni música ni
Just
nada.
had the 69 Murlis.
Solo tuve las murlis del año 69
71, 72.
y las del 70 y 71, 72.
I had a bhati for myself.
Pero tuve un bati para mí misma.
And I kept those 4 books there.
Y todavía conservo esas cuatro libretas.
Tell me how I must have yoga.
Y allá
Tell me how to be this point.
le decía a
I
Baba,
want to use my own.
¿cómo tener
I
yoga?
want to use my own
¿Cómo utilizar mi mente?
background insights. Talk to me.
Háblame, Baba.
And each time I started a conversation.
Y cada vez que
and I
empezaba la
opened the book,
conversación y abría la libreta,
it was so interactive.
fue tan
And
muy
just like Baba
interactivo,
took me to the next step.
porque
I
Baba
said,
me llevó al siguiente paso
I got it.
y ahí lo
And then
entendí.
I sat with it for a while. And then let it settle into my being.
Y ahí permití que se asentara en mi ser.
And then the next energy.
Así
Can I
que
come closer?
la siguiente energía es
So,
cómo
Baba, you've become subtle.
acercarme más, porque Baba es muy
And I
sutil.
want to catch you.
Y si quiero
I want
percibirte,
to feel pulled by you.
quiero sentir
I
cómo
open the book and Baba tells
me
you,
atraes tu tirón.
now, this is the beauty of this time.
¿Ves? Esto
If
es
we're not using the right
la belleza de este
resources
tiempo.
to deepen our reflections,
Si no tuviésemos esta herramienta para profundizar en estas
then it's
reflexiones,
valuable time that gets lost. It's
pues
like,
se
it needs to be
perdería.
like a vortex, where it's
Porque
spinning and then
muchas veces es como un vortex
So you all have a journal,
y tienes que ir ascendiendo arriba.
and in this
Entonces,
journal, there's certain themes that have been brought up,
hay muchos temas que se han traído
and I'm not going to go into the depth of
No
the
voy a
journal
ir
because I really want you to use
a la profundidad
and
de
deepen the
todo,
experience for yourself.
porque quiero que profundicéis en la experiencia por vosotros mismos. Pero vamos a centrarnos en el dharana del amor, cómo activar este amor.
And really, I need to ask myself this question.
Tengo que preguntarme a mí mismo esta pregunta. ¿He abierto mi corazón al amor?
Or am I still afraid?
¿O todavía tengo miedo a amar?
And it's important. Sometimes initially somebody may say,
Esto es importante
no,
porque alguien
love.
al principio puede decir no.
But am I afraid to love?
Pero
Or feel loved?
¿tengo miedo a amar o sentirme amado?
And so we need to go into the depth of that.
Así que tenemos que ir a la profundidad de
So I
eso
want you just to
y
go to
entenderlo.
page
Así que
7.
vamos a ir a la página 7.
So this book is going to provide
Así
you
que esta
with a
libreta
variety of flows of energy to be able to do that.
os va a permitir canalizar vuestras energías
Just to get
para
us warmed up in
para
a way.
hacerlo. Así que vamos a calentar primero.
As we go to page 7, and
En la página 7
I just want to read a little, and then we're going to do one simple exercise.
voy a leer un poco
just as a warm up,
y,
right?
y vamos a hacer un ejercicio. Esto es un calentamiento. Entonces,
In return for love,
por el retorno
Baba,
del
the
amor,
bestower of blessings,
Baba, el otorgador de bendiciones, nos da la bendición.
may you always be
Que
the
siempre
image of love
seas la imagen
with
del amor
every soul, in
con cada
every
alma,
situation.
en cada situación.
Never let go.
Nunca dejes,
Never forget
nunca
your
olvides
loving image,
tu imagen
your
amorosa,
loving face,
tu
your loving
cara amorosa,
interaction,
tu interacción
your loving
amorosa,
relationship and connection.
tu amorosa
Whether
relación
it
y
is an
conexión,
individual or nature,
ya sea que sea un
or
individuo
whether it is
o
a
la
fearful
naturaleza
form of
o
Maya that comes
sea
in front
una
of you
imagen
in the form of
temible de
fire.
Maya que venga en la forma de fuego,
Transforming it with the
sigue
fires
transformándolo
of love.
con el fuego del amor.
You have to create the loving world,
Tienes que
a
crear
loving vision,
un mundo de amor con una visión amorosa, con una
and
actitud
actions filled with
amorosa.
love. Even if someone does not give you
Incluso
love,
si alguien no te da amor,
you, the master,
tú, el amo,
loving souls, must be
alma
those
amorosa,
stars and keep giving
tienes que seguir siendo
spiritual love.
un donador y dar amor espiritual.
Feel them.
Captar las palabras de Baba, sentirlas. ¿Qué es?
Awakening in either soul.
¿Qué es lo que Baba está despertando en nosotras,
For a moment,
las
think
almas?
about it. Read that again.
Pensar sobre eso.
What is Baba
Leerlo.
waking up in you? Read till where we read
¿Qué es
again.
lo que quiere despertar
And
Baba?
then I want you to take pen to paper.
Entonces quiero que cojáis
And I would like you to ask yourself,
un bolígrafo
what
y os
has been the
preguntéis
special basis
a
for
vosotros,
transforming you and attracting you to be part of the Brahmin family.
¿qué es lo que os ha hecho
Read the beginning
parte?
again, and then
¿Qué es
we'll have a
lo,
little
qué,
bit
qué es lo
of
que ha sido
music.
lo esencial que os ha hecho
Don't
ser parte de la
think too
familia
much.
Brahmin?
Let
No
the
penséis
vibration
mucho.
of what Baba
Dejar
has
que la
said.
vibración
Let pen and paper start working for you.
de lo que os ha
Let's
dicho
start
Baba
off with just a little
fluya
warm-up.
y trabaje por
Ask
vosotros.
yourself,
Esto es
what
simplemente
has
un
been the
calentamiento.
special basis
¿Cuál es la base
for
especial
transforming you
para transformaros
and attracting you to be part
y atraeros a vosotros para ser parte de la familia
Think about
Brahmin?
that very first day you came to Baba's home.
Pensad sobre esto. Habéis venido al hogar de Baba.
The question is on page 7,
La pregunta está en la página 7.
in the middle somewhere of that.
Y entre medias de eso,
But to help you understand it, and for those that may need a little bit depth, just what activated your love?
La
Let's
cuestión
warm
es,
up into it.
¿qué es lo que ha activado tu
Relax,
amor?
don't sit so stiff. Relax.
que no haya esa
Take your
rigidez.
pen, take your
Relajaros,
paper,
tomar
and
el
just let
bolígrafo
the heart flow.
y dejar que el
What
corazón
awakened your
fluya.
love the first time you came to Baba? Don't think too much.
¿Qué es lo primero que te tocó tu corazón cuando viniste a Baba? No
Just
pienses
let
mucho.
that energy flow.
Dejar que la energía fluya.
You can write in the book, you can write on a paper. I would
Podéis
suggest if
escribirlo
you have a
en la
notebook,
libreta,
just do some
en
automatic
el libro,
writing. Yeah? Spiral.
donde sea, incluso
Just start from the middle and just keep going, going, going. Don't think too much.
como si fuera una espiral. Empezar por el centro y luego que vaya fluyendo, fluyendo.
However you're feeling, that moment in your life's journey
Como os
when
sintáis.
you thought, wow, ooh, I'm so loved.
Ese punto en el que
That day when the heart
sentisteis,
boom, boom.
me siento tan amada.
Something happened.
Algo sucedió.
Feel that moment of love.
Sentir ese momento de amor.
That was your first step of transformation.
Y eso fue eso fue lo que motivó vuestra transformación. No penséis mucho.
The aim is not to think, it's to awaken.
El objetivo no es pensar, sino despertar.
So ask yourself what has been the special basis.
Así que preguntaros a vosotros cuál ha sido la base especial de la transformación y os atrajo a ser parte de la familia Brahmin.
Just keep writing.
Solo seguir escribiendo.
Doesn't have to make sense right now.
Tampoco tiene por qué tener sentido ahora.
Use images that may have supported you. Maybe you walked into the place and you smell the incense.
A lo mejor cuando
Smell this.
entrasteis a
Maybe you saw Baba's eyes.
la habitación y olisteis el incienso o visteis los ojos de Baba.
Catch those moments that awakened that moment for you.
Captar esos momentos en los que os despertó.
Just write, let it flow.
Solo escribir, dejar que fluya,
Visualize and
visualizar,
smell the fragrance of that purity.
captar el olor de esa pureza,
Feel the atmosphere.
sentir la atmósfera.
First moment you touched love. Maybe it was the toli you ate.
La primera vez que tocaste el amor quizá fuera con un toli.
For 3 minutes, just keep writing. Don't stop. Don't think. Just keep that pen onto the paper.
Son Son 3 minutos, sencillamente que seguir escribiendo, que siga fluyendo.
The day you touched love.
El día que tocasteis el amor.
Are you warming up?
¿Estáis calentando?
The day you touched love.
El día que tocasteis el amor.
Okay. So just to
¿De acuerdo? Así que
support the process,
simplemente
just
para
in 1 minute, I want you to turn
apoyar
to
el
the person
proceso,
next to you
simplemente en 1 minuto comparte con la
just
persona
share in
que
essence
tienes al
the
lado
day you touched love.
y comparte
1 minute only.
ese día en el que tocaste el amor, solo por 1 minuto.
Okay.
De acuerdo.
It was 1 minute.
Era un minuto.
Okay. Thank you. So something is warming up
Ok, gracias. Así
and
que
something
algo ya
is
se ha
awakening.
despertado.
Write it down. In this
Escribidlo.
interaction, something happened.
En esta interacción algo ha
Something has
sucedido.
warmed up. Something is awakening.
Algo se ha
Write it down.
despertado. Escribirlo.
Write it down in essence for you.
Escribirlo en esencia para vosotros. ¿Qué ha pasado?
So you were talking and you're warming up something. You're awakening something.
Así que estabais hablando
So
y algo...
you've picked up something.
¿Habéis captado algo?
Write it down for you. What is it?
Escribirlo para
Don't just write a
vosotros.
fact.
¿Qué es?
Write it powerfully. This is called reflective listening and
Escribirlo poderosamente.
right.
A esto se llama la escritura
Internalize it and make it your
reflexiva y hacerlo vuestro.
Okay.
Ok.
Now look at what you've written.
Ahora observa lo que has
And find
escrito
3 words on your page.
y encuentra 3
That's giving you
palabras
life right
en la
now.
hoja.
Encircle them. Just look at your
Que tengan
page
vida
nicely.
y
There's 3 words
hacer un
on
círculo.
your page
Hay 3
that is
palabras
waking you up.
que
Circle
os
them. It's there.
despierta, que os está
3 words.
despertando. Son 3 palabras. Subrayarlas.
You found your 3 words? Okay.
¿Habéis
Now,
encontrado esas 3 palabras? Ok. Ahora
a personal commitment with those 3 words. So, whatever it may be,
escribir
I
un compromiso personal con esas 3 palabras. ¿Qué es lo que quiero? Sobre esas 3 palabras,
to consolidate it, to say,
para consolidarlas,
today, Baba, I, and finish the
decir,
sentence.
hoy Baba,
This is your
yo,
next step.
y
You've woken something up and you've
escribirlo.
taken it into your day. So Baba, today I.
Así que, Baba, hoy esto.
Okay? So why it's important to
Ok, así que ¿por qué es importante llevarlo
is that our
en
journey
estos
and our
pasos?
reflections
Es
should take me
porque
forward.
nuestra
It's not just things
reflexión
that I've written in my book
nos tiene que
and it's
llevar
done.
adelante,
Those three words must make your
hacer
steps
avanzar.
for the
Esas
day
tres
alive.
palabras
Whether
tienen que
you
ser
are
como unos
dealing with
pasos
yourself, your own sense scars,
a lo largo del
whether
día,
you're interacting with others,
ya sea
whether you're trying
para
to
tus
have
propios
yoga,
sanskares,
whatever it is.
lo que,
That reflective journey that you went
lo que
on
quiera que sea,
becomes a gift to move you forward.
esa reflexión es como un regalo que os hace avanzar.
The moment you touch love,
Así
it
que
awakens something.
en el momento en el que tocasteis el amor, algo se despertó y se despertó tres poderosas energías que tenéis. Entonces hoy, cuando os vayáis a acostar, si esas tres palabras no están vivas,
If these are so precious moments,
si estos
why do I put them off to sleep?
momentos no son preciosos, ¿por qué los he hecho dormir?
So just that's one exercise.
Entonces, esto es
And
un
those are
ejercicio.
good. But in your book itself,
Pero en vuestro
there
libro
are important reflections.
hay
And I did this
reflexiones
just to
importantes.
give you
Solo os he dado una simplemente para empezar, para calentar.
beautiful exercises that you can
Pero
go
hay
through, and there's
ejercicios
enough space in your book
muy
to be able
bonitos,
to make it colorful
incluso
and
con
to
espacio
go into the
suficiente
depth of it.
para ir a la
As
profundidad
a summary,
de
if
ello.
I go back now to page
Por
12,
ejemplo, si voy a la página 12, no, a la página
how God's
11,
knowledge inspires me
cómo el
to become
conocimiento
one
de
with
Dios
limitless love.
me inspira para ser uno con amor ilimitado.
You know, for many years,
¿Sabéis? Porque durante muchos años
I had
he tenido
a bliss book.
un libro sobre la dicha
And I only had one question in my book.
y solo he tenido una pregunta en mi libro.
Why is Baba my loveliest one of all?
¿Por qué Baba es el uno mío
And every
encantador?
day, I still have those books.
Y
Because
incluso hasta el día de
every
hoy
day,
tengo estos libros
from that day's Murli,
porque desde ese día
I would listen to the Murli and then look at Baba and
escucho
say to
la Murli
myself,
y miro a Baba
why is Baba
y me
my
digo, ¿por
loveliest
qué
one of all?
Baba es
Because
el más
it brings out every
amoroso
treasure
de todos?
from that Murli. If the Murli is not turning into intoxication,
Porque si la Murli no se
if that
vuelve en
Murli is not
intoxicación,
inspiring,
porque si la
it's
Murli
not going to
no
bring
me está
transformation.
inspirando, no me va a
Otherwise,
traer
it's just going to be a nice
transformación.
point.
Entonces, esto sí que es un punto muy
But
bonito.
when the Murli,
Cuando la
and I'm
Murli,
using the Murli
cuando estoy utilizando
as a
la
basis,
Murli
and
como
as I
una
said,
base, como he
what helps
comentado,
me a lot for a long time,
que me
I had a bliss book, a
ayuda,
nice book. Why is Baba my loveliest one of all? It really
y
healed
me
me.
pregunto, ¿por qué Baba es el más amoroso de todos? Y esto a mí me ha sanado mucho, como
You really
cuando
touch
tenía el libro que
someone in your
comenté.
life
Es
that
como
can
cuando
do everything for you.
hay alguien en tu vida
You do
que
become
haría
loved.
todo por ti.
And you can pick it up from the Murli.
Y
And
puedes
the
captarlo
Murli
en
has
las
so much
Murlis,
more life then.
porque tiene mucha más vida entonces,
Inspires
porque
an
inspira
incredible space
un espacio
of
increíble
transformation.
de transformación.
And so,
Entonces,
conversations with God.
conversaciones con Dios,
You know, if I'm not using the Murli
porque
as
si
a
no utilizo
reflective
la
tool
Murli como
for my
una
conversations
herramienta,
with God, I'm missing immense treasures.
me estoy perdiendo muchos
Baba used
tesoros,
to often say that,
porque
go
Baba normalmente
and
dice, ve
churn the Murli.
y rumia la Murli.
I think this time,
Y creo que este tiempo
I think you had shared with me,
lo
maybe
compartiréis
as I
con
was
vos,
sharing
compartiréis
the
con
10 minutes afterwards before even
vosotros,
announcements are made, of just to go into that depth. If I'm not digesting it, I find sometimes
por
it's
10
not
minutos
easy
ir
just to sit
a
and
la
think what
profundidad,
Baba said. But when I start up a conversation,
porque cuando
take
empieza
your
una
book and take your
conversación,
2-color pens and do
tomar
what you need to. I have
2 lápices
such
de colores,
beautiful
lo que
books
sea, y
which are
rellenar
my conversations with God.
las libretas,
And
porque
it's purely
luego,
based on the Murli. So it's not my own head space.
porque no es solo
I'm
mi
not like
espacio
adding things,
mental de la
but it's
cabeza,
pure
sino
divine
es
knowledge.
conocimiento
And
puro divino.
it's like, Baba taught
Después
me
de
through the
rumiar la
mind.
Murli, es como
Baba
si
taught
Baba
me.
estuviese
So I would
hablando
like
tu
sometimes say
mente.
to Baba,
A
so
veces le
today
digo,
you
Baba,
talked to me about
hoy
how to look after my body.
me has hablado sobre
Okay, I
cómo
hear
cuidar
you.
mi cuerpo. Ah,
And
ok.
I just use the Murli
Vale. Entonces
and
así
say,
utilizo
chant
la Murli
these things. And I say, okay, Baba, I hear you.
y es
Make
como
it
digo, ah, vale,
personal.
hijo, esto y esto.
Take
Ah, vale,
whatever
gracias, Baba.
feeling and make it personal.
Tomarlo y
Make it
hacerlo como
personal.
personal.
Every
Cada
aspect
aspecto
of Gyan is covered.
del
But you have
conocimiento
to go through reflective journaling.
se
If I'm
cubre,
not having
pero
those
tienes que ir
conversations
a
with
esta
God,
reflexión.
then the
Para
Murli
eso ir
is
a
not
estas
fully
conversaciones
digested.
con Dios, si no,
And there's
no
no
se
digestion, there's no
digerirá
intoxication.
completamente, porque si no hay digestión, no hay intoxicación.
Yeah. I just want to time. So Baba yesterday talked about
Bueno, Baba
walking hand in hand.
ayer habló
Remember?
sobre
Did you
andar
walk hand in hand with Baba?
con la mano de Baba.
So if you go to page 14
Entonces,
of
si
your
vais
journal,
a la
it's
página
called
14
meditative
de
writing.
vuestro diario,
Yeah? So that's another form of journaling.
entonces esta es
where you go
otro
into
tipo
that
de
meditative
diario.
form. And I just thought I would take this up.
Entonces, es,
Um,
quiero mencionar
Baba's
esto
saying here
porque Baba está diciendo
on
aquí,
page 13,
en la página 13,
someone is pulling me
alguien
with a
está
thread of love.
tirando de mí con un
Today
hilo de
the
amor.
spiritual beloved
Hoy
is
el
telling you lovers,
amante
become
espiritual
equal and come close.
os está amando y
You are
os dice
sitting
haceros iguales,
in the
haceros
moonlight.
cercanos.
To stay in your form of coolness means
Permanecer
to sit.
en vuestra forma de calma como la luna.
Constantly stay
Constantemente
in the
permanecer
moonlight.
bajo la luz de la
Your dress
luna.
automatically shines.
Vuestro vestido automáticamente
Whenever you
brilla
are seen,
con la luz de la luna.
be seen sparkling.
Lo que sea que se vea
Constantly remain
seguirá
on the
siendo
shore
resplandeciente,
of the ocean.
como cuando uno
This
está
means
a las orillas
constantly
del
maintain your
océano.
stage of being a complete
Constantemente
as the ocean.
permanecer
Do you
en el estado.
understand where you have to stay? The beloved
¿Sabéis dónde tenéis que
loves
permanecer?
the shore.
El amante está en la
Constantly
orilla.
be like the beloved.
Constantemente sé como el
Stay in the
amado.
company
Permanece en la
with your
compañía,
hand
con tu mano
in his hand.
en su mano.
This is what it means to
Esto
be
es
loving
lo que
and
significa
cooperative.
ser amoroso y cooperativo.
1981.
Esto es de una Murli del año
And as you
81.
go through
Y
this process of the journaling,
mientras vas
you
a
will
este
see
proceso
in the next few
de
pages
diario,
that how when I am an image of coolness,
podrás ver cómo lo que es una imagen de calma va a
and this is
responder
very important
de
to
acuerdo a
understand.
mis sanskares.
Because if my sanskars,
Porque mis sanskares
my sanskars are so alive,
están
they make
muy,
me reactive.
muy vivos, me hacen
And so
reaccionar.
Baba sets this high
Entonces Baba
high frequency at which I meet him.
nos pone en una
And he
alta
said, "You are
frecuencia
with the beloved
en la que tú estás con el
shore
amado
of the ocean."
bajo la luz de la luna, en la orilla, a las orillas del océano. Entonces,
and then deal with what heats you up.
con esto,
Yeah. Because sometimes what
gestiónalo
we
con
do
lo
is
que
we
te
say, "Oh,
resuena,
this sanskar." Somebody said to
porque
me,
así
"Well, you
sintonizas
know,
tu
I don't know why I
sanskar.
get so quickly angry.
Porque a veces
And I must get rid of this
alguien me
anger
dice, no, es que yo
because
enseguida me enfado
stop barking."
y quiero dejar de
So
ladrar.
they were really concerned about it.
Y esta persona
But
estaba
if I
muy
try to
preocupada
shift
sobre
things on
esto.
a linear level,
Pero entonces
it's
si
harder.
quiero
But if
elevar
I'm with
esto,
the ocean,
si no es trabajo duro, pero si me sintonizo con la luz de la luna
using that
a la
reflective
orilla
energy,
del océano, la energía es distinta si sintonizo
and
con
you'll
esto.
see in the next few pages,
Y ya veréis que en las
of
siguientes
this,
páginas
it allows you to use this high frequency
os va a permitir
words from
utilizar
Baba,
estas
from
palabras de alta
Baba's
vibración
1981 Murli,
de las
where
Murlis del año
Baba and I are
81,
walking hand in hand,
donde Baba dice,
and
estoy
this
andando con
energy
vosotros mano con mano.
helps me
Y
to
ya
deal
veréis
with the
cómo
challenges
esta energía
that
me
the soul is
permite
facing.
gestionar con los retos que el alma está afrontando.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
Thank you so much, Sister Dipti.
Muchas
for sharing
gracias,
this
hermana Dipti,
brilliant
por compartir esto.
चलना है घर वापस अब तो यही ज्ञान का सार योगी बनो ज्ञानी बनो योगी जीवन है प्यारा योगी जीवन है प्यारा योगी जीवन है प्यारा
I think on behalf of all of us, We thank you, Sister Dipti,
Creo que de
for
parte
your
de
sharing,
todos
for this
te
first
queremos
session.
agradecer por
It was very
este
lovely
compartir
and
de esta primera
inspiring. I
sesión.
think
Ha sido muy amoroso y
that
muy
you
inspirador.
will agree.
Creo que todos
So
estamos de
we are
acuerdo
looking
con
forward
esto
to
y
the second session. It will be tomorrow,
estamos
do you know?
esperando
I'm not informed.
la segunda
Same time?
sesión. ¿Cuándo
Same
será?
place?
Mañana a
Okay.
la misma
For
hora.
anybody who doesn't have the
Para
journal and would like
aquel
to
que no
join this
no tenga
reflective
este diario y quiera
journaling, they are lying here. You
tenerlo,
can take one.
están al lado
Okay,